1 year, no suspects, no arrests.
Last October, someone murdered Norfolk officer Victor Decker, just steps from a Virginia Beach go-go bar. Now, after chasing thousands of leads, detectives admit they're stumped.
Investigator Mike Mather used his network of police sources to dig into this story.
It all comes down to about 10 minutes. That's the time frame from when off-duty Norfolk officer Victor Decker strolled out of a bar called Atlantis and when someone shot him outside his parked pickup truck.
The only item that I know was found on him was his badge. The Norfolk police badge, apparently that was on the chain around his neck.
A year after Decker died, the platoon of detectives once on the case has been whittled to just 2. They've seized cell phone records and served secret search warrants, but they concede they are no closer to catching the killer. Police with knowledge of the investigation say this is the most likely scenario for what happened. The killer was actually a robber, a stranger to Decker, who confronted Decker at his truck. Decker resisted and identified himself as a police officer. The killer panicked, fired, and stole Decker's belongings, then headed to the interstate. 2 miles away on the First Colonial ramp to westbound 264, someone found Decker's wallet. They never found who tossed it there. In preparation for the story, I met several times with Beach Police officers and detectives, even had a sit-down meeting with them. In the end, they decided not to participate in the story, and their reason is both simple and sad. They said they just have nothing new to add. In the days following his death, police were hopeful, and his widow, Dawn, begged for help.
I wanted to ask that anybody that might have any information, whether they feel it's small, insignificant, whatever, that might have seen Victor, talked to him, anything, that please contact the police department.
At the time she made this tearful plea, detectives were all but certain they would solve this case, but the important calls never came. For this story, Dawn Decker agreed to talk to us once again, but as the interview drew closer, she called it off. She said it was just too hard and too painful. On a video tribute to Victor Decker, a police officer posted this comment, which sums up the frustration that someone could kill a police officer and get away with it. I miss you, my brother. Can you send them some clues so we can all have closure? Police say this is not yet a cold case. They say they still have leads to check, and they're hoping that now, after a year, someone who has been keeping a secret will finally have the courage to call them. In the control room, Mike Mather, News Channel 3.